your smarts and my...
He told me enough.
No, I.
Here's Chuck.
Hey everyone, it's Don G. Corleone here, and you're wondering the different background. Well, turns out I'm able to record videos while I'm on vacation, and also this little new setup you're seeing is because I got this new tripod for my birthday for my iPad, and it can hold my iPhone. I also can hold my iPhone or iPad for when I do reviews or watch videos. So yeah, this is technically happening. This was recorded while I was on vacation. I'm just not going to premiere it until this upcoming Wednesday. So my on vacation thumbnail will still be appearing. But that being said, guys, for this first video with this new tripod, I thought I'd do a reaction. And this reaction is going to be for, sadly, a nostalgia critic video, or pretty much, yeah, nostalgia critic video. And this is going to be for his review of Pirates of World's End, which I'll be disagreeing with him on a lot of points on. So let's get this hell started in 3, 2, 1, play. Sponsorship. Even if you came to my area, I would never get a photo with you. I would never get a photo with you if he came to my fan expo. No. Here we go. Yeah, I was doing a Pirates Month around this time. So he doesn't like that it's more mature and depressing at all, but the Lord of the Rings is mature dark series and he likes those. Makes no sense to me. And honestly, yeah, Pirates is a Disney ride. Sorry to pause this, but the first film is supposed to be lighthearted. Isn't the rule for sequels and final installments to get darker? Isn't that the general rule? And plus, there's still plenty of fun moments in this movie. Okay, I'm pressing the rest of this. Let's just get this over with. The opening scene was to set up the plot of the movie. Okay, that's a kind of a plot point I can agree with, but to be fair, the Kraken doesn't really serve much of a plot for the third one, so I can see why he's taken out and killed off. Just start the review, you guys. No, it isn't. The worst one is Dead Men Tell Tales, and On Stranger Tides are worse than this. To me, the number one worst is Dead Men Tell Tales. That is easily the worst one of the series, because in that movie, they make Jack Sparrow a loser who does stupid shit he would never do. They kill off Barbossa a second time. They make At World's End all for freaking nothing. They make Will Turner an uncharacteristic asshole, and like, the barely any screen time he has. Keira Knightley just comes back to show her face and then be gone. Will Turner's son is a joke. Dead Men Tell Tales is way worse. I would watch At World's End, I think is actually underrated. And it should have stayed the end of the trilogy. But Disney was too greedy. Well, it's meant to be the finale. It's supposed to be the least goofy. Finales are supposed to be the most serious. No, it isn't. How much more of this am I gonna have to watch? This opening scene was actually important. The hanging scene is actually what sets up the plot of the film in the first place. This was back when Disney actually had balls to be dark. I'll take this Disney over Disney any day. This guy hates the movie because it's too dark and serious, but I know this guy likes Kung Fu Panda 2 and that was more dark and serious. And he likes Empire Strikes Back and that was a darker sequel. So this point makes no sense. Well, because of everything the characters went through, of course they're going to be different. They're going to be much more strict this time. With all the hell Elizabeth and Will have been through, of course they're not going to be the same anymore. Okay, fine. Sailfen stuff. The Sailfen stuff I don't really like. I can agree with that on. I think the Sailfen stuff could have been cut out entirely. I don't think we needed that. Guess that's one thing I can agree on. Somewhat. Well, this was back when, well, once again, this was back when Disney actually had balls to be dark. Not today. Technically, Color Beckett was always the main antagonist in Dead Man's Chest too, you know. Well, he was in Dead Man's Chest as well, kind of. So he still needs to be in this too. Well, Beckett was the main antagonist in both 2 and 3. Alright? I'm already hating this, guys. Well, how else are they gonna get to a World's End? This was one thing you get. He went mad. I did not. I saw this in theaters at age 8, and I was not bothered by any of it. And was not even bored at all either. I was 8 years old when I saw this in the theaters, was perfectly fine. Yeah, see, they touch up on a plot point in the second one, they don't ignore it. Well, yeah, of course Will's gonna be angry Elizabeth never came clean about anything and still kissed Jack Sparrow in front of his face. Well, if she's gonna play a role in the movie, what else are they gonna do with her? Still make her the same? Make her just the same character again? That would be lazy. Just get on with the fucking review already. Oh my god. I thought this was a well-acted moment. This was actually a beautiful moment, well-acted moment right here. And it's also meant to be a foreshadowing of Will's fate. Well, alright, pausing it again. Here's the thing. When they got there, literally, when Jack asks if anybody came to save him because they missed him, the whole crew raised their hands. Gibbs raised his hand, Marty raised his hand, Raggedy and Pintle raised their hands, even the monkey of all people raised their hands, so yeah. Technically, the crew actually wanted him back. So yeah. The crew still wanted him back. They didn't forget about that. And plus, technically, Will technically still remembers that Jack sold him to the Dutchman. He still remembers that and still pretty much tried to take the heart for himself. Still remembers that plot point, and Elizabeth Swann also still remembers that plot point from the sequel, so they have to touch up on that. The crew raised their hands. Marty raised his hand. Gibbs raised his hand. Raggedy and Pintle raised their hands. Con raised his hand. So yeah, some people still raised their hands and actually wanted it back. Longer is this? Like 20 more minutes left of this. Oh, fuck off. Literally 20 minutes and this guy's not even funny. Yeah, because you're clearly out of being funny. Yeah, I'm only because you clearly are struggling to come up with a funny joke. Download for free today? No, I won't. After this guy sponsored it, I'm not downloading that bullshit. Screw that. Okay, stop with your fucking honey ad and get back to your bloody review. Honey sounds like a ripoff. Actually, no, I won't. I will not. Even the cat hates his ass. Wow. That's not a surprise. Like, the cat's like, get the fuck away from me. Yeah, if I was that cat, I'd be saying that too. And probably criticize Arkham Asylum too. Okay, I'm skipping these fucking ads. Getting back to the fucking review. Can't watch those fucking ads. Narcissism anymore. Yeah, I could have been done without Say Fen. I can bet that. I was almost falling asleep because this guy's review is more boring than the movie itself. The movie itself is actually entertaining. This guy's whole review is boring. This guy's more boring than anything in this, than like anything I actually enjoy in this film. This movie may be 3 hours long, but at least it's not done over pretentious. There's a bunch of other buckets behind him. Okay, so you say that you think Knightley's putting effort in her performance, but you still criticize it anyway? When I have bad qualities with this film, I have legitimate reasons. Like, not, yeah, much better reasons for bad qualities than this guy does. Alright. At least there's 7 more minutes of this bullshit left I have to watch. Okay, fine. That was also kind of a missed opportunity. Like, during the maelstrom scene, like, they should have showed the other pirates battling the Navy. They should have showed quick cutaways to that. I wish they did do that. Not just show the maelstrom battle. The maelstrom battle is great, but I do wish they showed the other pirates battling as well. Not just our 2 main bad guys and main good guys. If you know what I'm saying. So maybe that was a missed opportunity. It's still a fun scene though. Yeah, she is. Well, yeah. Well, that happens in the sequel trashology. Except, unlike how the sequel trashology did that, this movie actually saved the sword fights for the right time. If it was just a bunch of sword fights, it would just be not that great. If it was just all sword fights and no, like, time to set up stuff. That's done to show that Jack Sparrow actually does care about others. Like that moment right there, like right there when Will gets stabbed by Davy, like Jack has that you see Jack's horrified face, and he's not conflicted whether he should stab it or he should try to save Will's life by helping Will stab it in his final moments. So he ends up pretty much choosing to save Will instead, and so that actually shows that Jack Sparrow's actually a good character right there. Right there. It actually shows that while he may be a selfish pirate, he actually does have a good heart. Right there. And actually, this movie actually also is done to complete Jack Sparrow's like character development from being terrified of Davy Jones to actually no longer being terrified of him during the final fight. There. Well, they did off screen, but yeah, they should have showed them fighting. Yeah, it shows Jack's actually wised up on him this time. It's a nice bookend right there. Jack's back on his dinghy. Because... Okay. Elizabeth can't join. Like, they literally explain that. Like, she's immortal. She can't come. So she can't be on the Dutchman with them. Yeah, so she actually can't join Will. So that's the reason why she doesn't go with them. And she has to guard Will's heart for like 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to show, like, that was supposed to be the end of the series. Elizabeth kept true to her word, and unlike Calypso, she kept true to her word, and because of that, Will kept true to his word to be captain of the Dutchman, and so yeah, that should be a sign that the audio commentary confirmed that the curse got lifted because of that, and so Will can now return to land, and can finally be with his wife and son, but no. Fifth one, they need to reveal that he's now almost turning to curse like Davy Jones. He's still the captain of the Dutchman. He's now an asshole and stuff. So no, apparently the fifth one confirms that was all bullshit. And then, of course, his son turns out to be a big idiot because this curse that's supposed to free Will Turner from the Dutchman ends up reviving Davy Jones. So now they're pretty much back to where they were in Dead Man's Chest now. Jack's probably going to have his debt renewed. Now Will and Elizabeth are probably going to be killed off screen. Yeah, great son this is. Well, why wish they did not make 5 or 4? But The Lord of the Rings is long, and you liked that movie. You liked that trilogy. And yet this is 3 hours long and doesn't like this. This was about them defeating the Armada. And also continuing the Hart storyline from the second one. You called it the worst Pirates film. God, I'm fucking done, man. I can't watch this bullshit anymore. I'm fucking done. God, so this guy complains that the movie's too complicated and long. And this whole review felt complicated and long. More. Doesn't like it's 3 hours, but he liked the Lord of the Rings movies, and those are 3 hours long. He doesn't like it's more serious, and yet he's liked sequels like Empire Strikes Back and Godfather 2, and those were more serious and darker than their first films. He liked Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. That was darker, more serious than Star Trek The Motion Picture. And yet doesn't like this. Like, what was he expecting it was going to be? Just a fun, cartoony, everything to be just like the fun ride? Like, no, this was supposed to be the finale. You can't just be comedy every few single scene. That's one of the reasons why films like The Last Jedi sucked. That's why we had shit like that movie. And why we have the shit Disney today. Honestly, I prefer this Disney. I want this Disney back. This is back when they actually had balls, but if he thinks, and honestly, like, I've seen his pirate reviews, unfortunately. Like, apparently he likes the fifth one better than this. And honestly, like, the fifth one I think is worse than this movie. I think the fifth one's shorter than this movie, and it feels more complicated than this. And way more confusing. So, like, this one was 3 hours, but it honestly went by like a breeze. But yeah, I just can't watch this bullshit anymore. I'm done with this. So until then, that'll be it for this reaction. Thank you all for watching. Like this, want to see more, then don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.